now. Which is usually right now. Hello. Dude, I might at any point in time have to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna be honest. Hello. Prismatica, thank you for the raid, man. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. How's it going? Wait, hold on. Yep, we're live on YouTube. Okay, I had to double check. Sometimes it just does not work. Today's my 28th birthday. A happy birthday. 28, huh? Old man. Wait. I'm turning 28 in a month. Hey, time needs to slow down. It needs to slow the fuck down. Can we slow it down a little bit? Let's add like 12 hours to the day. Can we do that? Hey, you know what's better than 24-hour days? 36-hour days. Think about it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's slow down the process at which my body is decomposing. Ever so slowly. Anyways, hello. Hope you had a great weekend. Instead of extending time, could we just make human bodies last longer? Yeah, let's just be strong forever. Can we do that? Prismatica rating the stream again. It's a double whammy kind of day. You know what I mean? It's a double whammy kind of day. You know what's better than Raid 1? Raid 2, baby. And I ain't talking Raid the Redemption. I'm talking Raid 2. Anyways. You know what's better than Raid Shadow Legends? You know what happened to Raid Shadow Legends, actually? I have not seen, like, a fucking ad for Raid Shadow Legends in forever. Did that game die? Ran out of money, probably? They got too rich and just stopped the game? Wait, is the game, like, dead? It's still a thing. The mob probably is dealing with the Russian tariff stuff. Wait, is Raid Shadow Legends Russian? I thought it was Chinese. It was a front for a Russian mob, is last I heard. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, I see the thing for the Prismatica raid on YouTube. Prismatica Dev and their viewers just joined. Say hello. Damn. Raid 3! Yo, Raid 3! What? Sorry. Wow. I mentioned a week or so ago the idea of using the left stick or just in general being able to direct melee combat without turning the camera. How easy or difficult do you think that would be? I could probably figure it out. Let me add it to my to-do list. I don't know what I would name that task though. Let me add that to the list. Directing melee attacks using movement direction. Desired movement direction. Directing melee attacks using desired movement direction. Additional layer of aim, melee aim assist. Yes. Yes. Hello from the Prismatica raid. Hello, welcome, welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. Can I ask you something dev to dev? What's your thoughts on all these AI generators coming out that can do full blueprint with AI? To be honest, I'm in the same as writers and artists. This art form is in danger. I don't think it's in danger, man. You know what's in danger? The internet. That's what's actually in danger. So much fucking slop out there, like nobody's gonna want to look at anything anymore because the slop has just filled the room. How do you find gold in a room full of slop? Here's the thing. I don't think those generators are gonna make anything good. What they might produce is some buggy bullshit. And if the person using it doesn't know what they're doing, well, good luck when someone submits a bug report. Good fucking luck. It's a tool at the end of the day. I don't use it personally. I don't use it personally, but hey, if it makes me go out of business, then such is life. But we'll see if that actually happens. Yeah. Wall destruction tutorial would be nice. I have one on my YouTube channel going through the process of... was it the wall, actually? I think it was the wall. Yeah. I have a whole video kind of going through some of the process. I'm not going to make a tutorial anymore. I'm not going in the education space. I'll make some tutorials from time to time, but yeah, adding destruction. This video. I kind of go through some of the process in here. I break it down of like stuff I did. I think I converted the glass destruction system, and I think I went through some of the system for that. And yeah, it's basically just render target shit. It's very hacky. It's super fucking hacky. It's this video right here. Very, very hacky system. Yeah. I tried using GPT-5 to create a Gaussian blur node for the material graphs today. It took forever to make it. I actually compiled and I gave up eventually. I went to a stream of someone making a game. They weren't writing any code, just getting AI to write. Was that Quinn69 or whatever the number is? Quinn42? Quinn, I'm pretty sure it's 69. Quinn63. It's Quinn, pretty sure. I've seen 2 plugins that generate full BP. I just don't think they make any good blueprint. I think if anything, it's just to try to get a quick buck out of people. Personally. I think it's to get a quick buck out of people. Those specific plugins. I don't know, man. I don't care for it. I'm going to be honest. I don't really care for it. I don't really care for it. If other people use it, go for it. I just don't care for it. I like doing stuff myself. I like struggling. And I feel like the AI part removes that entire... It's like removing the entire part that makes it interesting and satisfying. And I want to figure out shit myself, if I can. Yeah. Yeah. Now you have scammers charging for AI images on Fiverr. It's going to be the same for game dev. Welcome to Earth. Gaming has always been a thing. I'm sure people will catch on. What are your thoughts on the VR industry? I think VR is very cool, but it's extremely limited and bogged down by the fact that it's trying to do things that are outside of the bounds of immersion. Like, I think the fact that people have to teleport and they can use a joystick to move around when they're actually not physically moving around is a big immersion breaker. I think it's cool, but it's extremely limited where it is. Yeah. The issues with VR is that anyone that uses one is called a creep because the chaos VR chat has caused. I don't think VR chat really had all that much impact on VR players. The only thing where I think AI is really good for game design when it comes to giving NPCs voices with AI, even that is kind of shit. I'm gonna be honest. Any game that has that thing where it's like speak into the microphone and talk with this NPC, and they fucking blah 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 blah. It's the most lifeless shit ever. I'm gonna be honest. And a lot of AI voices are also extremely. In my, I don't know. I just don't see the appeal personally. I see it as a tool to assist you in developing things, but I don't see it as a tool to completely replace an entire sector of a game you're creating. I think people still think about Beat Saber and Gorilla Tag as opposed to VR chat. I think Beat Saber is probably the best version of a VR game because it works within the limits of what the headset and the hardware can do, and does it in such a good way where people can just keep improving in levels. You know, it's just like Osu, I guess, but for VR. I'm surprised there's not like, I guess there are shooting game versions that are popular. I just feel like none of them have beaten, I guess, Beat Saber's level of popularity. I feel like there's probably still such a huge player base. Why didn't I open up the engine? Probably such a huge player base still for Beat Saber. Congrats on 2K reviews, by the way. Pretty crazy. When did we reach 1K? I think we reached 1K. Actually, I took a screenshot of it. I've been taking screenshots of the entire like journey of full release. Let's see here. We reached... Oh, I don't have a... No, I can check the timestamp. Okay, we reached 1,000. How do I check the properties for this? File info. We reached 1,000 on June 27th. What is that, like 2 months, I guess? In 2 months, we got 1,000 reviews. That's pretty pog. He's going engineless this stream, coding it all in. I don't know if I could ever get to that point. I envy people that can use, you know, things like Jai and all that stuff. I think it's cool as fuck. But then I actually think about, like, I actually try to picture myself using something like that in my day-to-day basis. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's for me. I haven't tried it, but I just, like, looking at it, I think it's sick and it's awesome, the things people are able to create and do, like, all mostly themselves, I guess. But I don't think it's for me, man. I ain't that smart. I'm not that smart. My next project is going to be C++. Not just C++. I think my next project, the focus is to incorporate more C++. Not necessarily make everything C++. You did make a mistake in your tweet first major update. Well, major version update. Like, I put in some pretty big updates since release, but, you know, if someone nitpicks that, then okay, whatever. Gaslight me then, I guess. 1.2 confirmed. The third person update you did seems to have been a great experiment. An extremely successful experiment. Something that literally was like a science experiment, you could say, was quite successful. Yeah. A very successful experiment, putting in third person in the game. I don't think the game would have gotten... I think the game would have only gotten 1/3 of its current player base, or sales, however you want to call it, if the game stayed with just top-down. I think it would have only had like 1/3, if not like 1/4, maybe even 1/5 of its player base. Like almost 99% of YouTube videos playing the game is in third person. So it basically, what I was predicting would happen, happened. Oh. Interesting. Oh yeah, last time we were working on the attack indicator, but we had an issue where the top-down was ass. Was that the problem? Yeah. Yes. That feels like a GDC talk. It's never too late to switch your perspective. I don't know how long that talk would be. Hey guys, welcome to my GDC talk. I'm the developer of some action game called Suit Fryer. It started out top-down, and then I added third person. And I got more sales. Thanks for joining my TED Talk. Any questions? Any questions? Any? Looking for questions? How do you unlock the dual wield? It's in the Tokyo series. It's the third level in the Tokyo series, I think, that unlocks it. Or fourth? Yeah, the camera mode is looking pretty good. Some improvements that I'd like to make to it, but it works. There's a bug right now where if you exit photo mode, it like zip, zip, it like zips you forward. So I got that on my list to fix that. I do got that on my list. When fishing minigame. When fishing. People prefer third person mode rather than the bird perspective or the top down. I think it depends on the game. I think for this game, the fantasy that this game offers you, I think people find themselves connecting with the character a lot more in the third person perspective. But that being said, I still think the top down perspective is a lot more accurate to what the character's capabilities are, which is like complete awareness of their surroundings. Whereas with third person, you kind of remove that aspect to a degree. That being said, we could make some changes that introduces the element of being able to have more awareness around you as well. Like having the attack indicator will help. So being able to know what's going on behind you, even though you can kind of hear some of the sounds. Okay, we gotta, before I move on, I just want to fix the direction of this stuff. Because it's ass. Math. Math. We gotta do some math. Which I'm not looking forward to. The problem is here. Let's see here. Let's see here. What do we got? I think the thing is we can't just take the raw look direction for this thing. Although I would love to be, I would love that to be the case. I don't know if it's enough to just have the getting our rotation from us to the enemy. I don't think is correct. Like even doing top down like this, it's not even giving us the correct values. We were directly top down. So maybe this inverse isn't the way to go. It's giving us slightly correct values, but not at the same time. I don't even know where we could go with this. You ever notice how Hideo Kojima games always have distinct, unique mechanics? Yeah, putting down a magazine, a porno magazine. Ah, very nice. And then I think enemies can also get distracted by... I was watching a stream of MGS4, and I was like, wow. An hour cutscene? A cutscene that's an hour long? Wowee. I don't think Hideo Kojima wants to be a game dev. He wants to be a filmmaker. I feel like he doesn't want to be a game dev. He just accidentally got put there. He actually wants to go to Hollywood. I feel like... I feel like he actually wants to go to Hollywood. I think he's in the wrong place. Funny you say that. That's what he originally wanted to do. Well, there you go. He's just incorporating it into his games because that's like the medium he's in right now. Ah, oh, man, math. How do we math this? How do we math this? Find, look at rotation. So that makes sense to me. Right? That does make sense to me. I think it's the pitch. No, it's not the pitch. Is it the pitch? Super is dope, by the way. I even gifted to a friend recently. Thank you. I hope your friend enjoys it. Not sure what I could do here to make this more accurate. I'm trying to like think here. I'm trying to think. What is the math? So in third person, it reads pretty well, unless you look down. Once you look down, it kind of breaks. But looking forward, it works just fine-ish. It works fine-ish. Yeah. What if we... I don't know if this would make any difference. I don't think it would. How do you make your sounds? I don't know. I just kind of fucking... And it just kind of works out. Snake Eater remake is coming out in a week and a half. Is Snake Eater the first Metal Gear Solid game? Usually he hates the game I send him and wants a refund, but not Super. He wanted to keep that one. Hey! Big win. Arr. It's MGS3. Did you remove the number from the name? Ah, it's MGS3. Okay. I have never played a Metal Gear Solid game, to be honest. Man, ugh. How do I... What if I convert the actor location to an on-screen location? And then I take where our character is and get an on-screen location, and then do a find. You know what I mean? What if we do it this way? What if we do it this way? And then I don't need to do that. I just need to figure out, okay, I don't know how to do this math. How do you do a find lookout rotation of a vector 2D to another vector 2D? Or math. Here's Sass. How do you do a direction? What's the rotation angle? I want to get the... So basically, picture this is our screen. Let's say our player character is right here. This is number 1. And then an enemy is right here. This is number 2. I want to get a direction from 0 to 1 to this dude. So in theory, this would be like, I think this is 0. This is 0.25. This is 0.5. 0.75. And then I think 1 I think 1 is also 0. I don't remember. Five push-ups? Man, what the hell? I'm just trying to work here, dude. Just put it in world space. See, the thing is, it's in world space, and I'm just putting it in screen space. So then it might be easier to get an actual proper result of this. Maybe. Or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Get absolute. I don't think absolute is what we want. Maybe I can turn it into a vector 3. And then direction vector it. I don't know if that would work. So we'd want... I guess X and Y. I don't know. See if this works. And then we get a unit direction. Or find lookout rotation. Let's see what kind of number that gives us. I'm curious if that even gives us anything. Maybe viewport relative. X, Y, find lookout rotation. This number would be changing if it was correct. Also, in third person, we could possibly just use the old system, and honestly, that'd probably be fine. YouTube hit me with an ad, so I switched over. You're gonna probably get hit by an ad here, too. Man, reject world to screen. Does this shit actually work the way I want it to? Probably still have messages coming over. I think it's just the on-screen chat is a bit delayed. Can I earn good with AR, VR, and Unity? I'm sure you can make money, but let's be real. The amount of people that have VR headsets that actually support augmented reality on top of that is pretty small. So like that's, you know, something to take into account. It's not zero, but it's still pretty small. Convert. See, I feel like I've always used this node. I actually don't even know what this node is. It comes from a completely different place. It's probably, I think if I remember correctly, this literally just calls this. It doesn't, it doesn't make any sense. Also, I just did, oh, I didn't even have the player controller hookup in that thing. So that probably was just giving us wrong values, huh? That entire time that wasn't even hooked up and it didn't error out. So it's possible that was giving us, okay, so this might give us an actual proper value. That would make sense that this was broken. Of course it was. Okay, I think the, well, we can test. I think third person is going to be broken. I think we want to undo the conversion or the inversion. Man, if anything, this is actually less accurate than the other version. Now it's inverted? What? It's like sometimes inverted and then sometimes not. Maybe it needs to be viewport relative. I don't even know what that boolean does. I don't know. I don't know. Let me try just dividing by 360, because I believe now it is just a 360 value. It's so funny that when we're right here, it's like generally accurate. And then after that, it's not. It's like accurate and it's also not accurate. I actually need to probably do an absolute value as well because that negative probably doesn't help us. Okay, so that might be part of the problem. Let's absolute it and then -1. And then do the whole modulo, which I don't think is necessarily required, but it was working last time we tried it. So I'm curious to see if the same math can be done here. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Bit of danger. I really thought putting it in a screen space would have given us a better result. But I don't think it is. This is a tough one, man. Am I gonna play Death Stranding 2? It's not really my type of game, I think. I don't play a lot of games, I'm gonna be honest. My current game of flavor of choice right now has been old school RuneScape. Old school RuneScape, a little bit of Battlefield 6 beta, even though I got really frustrated at it to the point where I'm like, I don't know if I'm into FPSs anymore. Maybe I am, but maybe I'm not into like twitching FPS anymore. And Deadlock. You should play Super Fryer right now. I'm playing it right now. I'm actually making it right now. How's the account doing? Almost 1,000 total level. Recently, as a group on our group Ironman, we finished a couple quests. I think Death to Dorgashin. We're gonna do a bit of Recipe for Disaster soon. Counter-Strike 2 is my love and hate. I just really miss the old-fashioned Counter-Strike. But that being said, it's probably my nostalgia that misses it. I probably don't really care for it all that much anymore. Unfortunately. And I'm not gonna be one of those gamers that's like, man, CS2 is just not good. It's like, dude, listen, I probably just grew up. It's been ages since then. God, the shotgun feels so good now. It feels so good. Just launching motherfuckers. I love... Am I a psychopath? Yeah, probably. Marvel gave NetEase the okay to add original characters in Marvel Rivals? Wait, like original? I thought they've already been adding original like skins and stuff. Do you miss Ultimate Muscle anime? Wait, what's that? What's that? The only muscle anime that I watched was the magic one. Okay, this attempt, this attempt not working. Find, look at direction, get direction from two 2D vectors. Alternative, you could do vector2.right, rotated, round, vector angle. I wonder if this has an angle system. Make vector 2D. Angle. Quaternions. Please don't make me do quaternions. Get rotated 2D. Rotates around axis 0001. Get rotated, idiot. It's like that one shark meme where they go. Rounded to the nearest integer. Interesting. Very interesting. There has to be a way to get the direction from a 2D vector. There has to be. There has to be. That being said, I guess we are basically doing that. Let's do a test. Draw point. Draw 2D. Draw shit. I want to draw a point on the screen, but I think I need to do that in a different thing, unfortunately. Draw a line! The only thing is, I don't know if I can draw it on here. That being said, I am in a widget. So I might actually be able to draw. Oh, fuck. Why can't they just make this easier? Why do I gotta, like, create a canvas, render target and everything? What? Why can't I just draw? I just want to draw a line. Draw a line. Draw a line. Draw a line. And like full characters that have nothing to do with Marvel. Marvel gave NetEase the okay to add original characters to Marvel Rivals now. Oh. I read that incorrectly. Well, that's fucking weird. Why would you call it Marvel Rivals if you're just adding in random fucking characters? You can draw? But I need a canvas. I need a canvas. Oh wait, this one actually, hold on. We have a different draw line. Jawline. I don't know if that's gonna work. I'm pretty sure that requires something. I'm pretty sure this needs I swear this needs something. I don't remember what it was. Ah, well, let's try it. I swear this has to be drawn in like in the HUD or something. Widget blueprint library. I don't even think that. I don't know if that. Maybe it is drawing it, but it's so incorrect that it's not drawing it. Blueprint. Men nowadays are gooning. Do be a problem. The goon apocalypse. I swear there was something I had to do for this to fucking work. I don't remember what it was that I had to do to get this shit to work. I'm pretty sure... Oh yeah, on Paint. Yeah, this has to be in on Paint. Right in here. That's what it was. It was in one of the functions. So in theory, this should draw the lines now. Albeit we're probably gonna fill up the entire screen. Well, no wonder it's not working properly. This shit's not right. Huh? That shit ain't right. What the hell? Well, wait a second. That's not right. That's some bullshit. That's not right. That's not right, man. If there's a zombie apocalypse, what would you do? Brother, just accept death, man. Just accept death. Convert world location to screen location. Wow, this thing fucking sucks. No, I don't want to do mouse location. I want to get the location of our player character. But as you can see, it's offset. Incredibly offset. Oh, hook up mouse location? I think that will work. Because I could just do this. Oh, maybe I need to scale this by the DPI. That'd be weird if I have to. Fuck, how would you even, how do you, yeah, sure. Hmm. 2D screen space location. We want to screen. Probably this. Let's just test it with the player character first. I think it's the conversion or potentially the DPI. Aha! Math! Bitch! Math! I think that's what it was. It was the DPI. Now, witness pure. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Dude. That looks so funny because it's like, it's 2D, but it actually looks 3D. This is what I should do in game. We should keep this in game. We should keep it. We should keep it in game. Get him, Jay. Okay, so now that we've fixed the thing, can we potentially use this as a way? Now, can I use vector 2Ds and find a direction based off of vector 2Ds? This is where I lack the math. Trying to work while getting a new roof on my house, all I hear is do 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 do. Yeah, you're gonna be hearing that for a while. Have fun with that. I had a moment when I was living at my parents' place where we had people setting up some like anti-pigeon stuff because we had like a shit ton of pigeons on our roof. And yeah, that was a few days of pain, maybe in a few weeks. God, there has to be a way of using two vectors and finding their direction. There has to be. How do you do that? How do you find a direction in 3D? All right, AI overview. Let's see if you're right. Finding the direction of 2D vectors involves using vector math, specifically normalization. Use the normalized node for f vector or f vector 2D. Yeah, I guess we could try that. What is this going to give us? I'm going to assume it's the z value. I don't know. Just put the sprinkle boop in the Yahoo and boom, game dev. Hell yeah. Dude, that's how I do all my work. 0. Ah. Oops. Might be X. Actually, I have a feeling this is going to give us X and Y, which is going to be extremely useless for me. Oh shit. Oh no. Okay, this is not gonna work. Why? Because anything that's not on screen gets zeroed out. Oh, that's really... Oh, wow, that's a really big bummer, eh? That makes sense, but... that also sucks. Does viewport relative give us anything? Like, does that fix the potential issue of, like, them being off screen? No. Oh. Oh no. What's the end goal here? I want to calculate the exact rotation at which an enemy is shooting at us from. And I had a version that kind of worked, but also didn't at the same time. So I'm guessing there's no way of doing this. This won't work because we're just gonna get a 0 value. Oh man. Man. Is there no way of converting a world location to screen location? Oh, damn it, man. Yeah. Project world to screen should be a node. Convert world location to screen location is literally just calling project world to screen. But we can try. I'm pretty sure it literally is. This node calls this node. Like, they both do the exact same thing. I looked at the C++. If I remember correctly. Okay, double clicking doesn't work anymore in UE427. I don't know why, it just doesn't work. But yeah. Like, I'm curious, if we hook that up without the absolute viewport, does it give it to us without even the 0, 0? I think it would just zero out. Yeah, it's zeroing out. Okay, that does not help us. Okay, this is a no-go. It was a cool idea, but I think it's a no-go for us. I believe it is a no-go. Unfortunately. We could use the drawing of the lines to get an accurate value, though. Like, we can convert this into 2D and we could figure it out from there. Let's do find lookout rotation. So position A is going to be the center of the screen. I guess. We want to get viewport scale. Wait, no, get viewport size. There we go. And divided by 2. And that will be position A. Let's just double check that that actually works. It's not being scaled by the DPI. Well, get viewport, Man, what the hell? How do you get viewport size multiplied by DPI? DPI? Do we have to do this shit again? Aha! Wait. Yes. It is correct. Our crosshair, by the way, in this game, our crosshair is not in the center of the screen. We put it slightly up. And the reason for that is I moved it slightly up because if you were aiming directly in an enemy's head, it would look like this. Instead, we look a little bit more down and it looks nicer. The screen looks a little nicer. We focus the viewport a little bit more in the action. You know what I mean? Yeah. Rather than this. This is the actual center. This would be the center. Hold on, where's my lines? It looked, so when I was playtesting, it looked really awkward looking this high up. Whereas this looks way more natural. That is what I found in my playtesting. And process of creation, blah, 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 blah. Maybe to help with math? What's this? How to make a damage direction indicator. Let's see what they did for their math. Let's see. What did they do? What did they do? Okay, they made it move up, and then they probably set the angle, determining the direction. What did they do? Get actual location, find lookout rotation, which is literally what I did. -1. Minus the control rotation. Okay, kind of. Okay. No, don't full screen. I did an inverse transform, which honestly was probably a little overkill. But minusing the control rotation makes sense. Maybe I just do what I was doing and then just do the thing that I was doing, which is what I was doing here, and then just do the thing, and then that's the thing, and then just do the, just fuck it. We ballin'. You know what I mean? Catch my drift? And then we just minus. I guess the control... No. Idea. We get the mesh. And again, we get the... Now we get the camera. And then we get the camera rotation. And then we take this, and we split it. And then we minus the yaw, I guess, supposedly. Now, how can I turn that into 2D for testing this? Ah, fuck it, who cares? Cut this, go here, do that, put that there. All right, then put this in the division. See what happens. Let's see what fucking happens, man. It's inverted. It's inverted. That's fine. Put that in the... Put that there. Put the thing in the thing. Put that there. It's doing a bunch of math. Probably don't need any of that, but, you know, whatever. Give me the thing. Put that there. It's still not 100% accurate. Urgh. It's weird because our, well, yeah, because it's in 3D space. Why is it slightly off? I don't think control rotation is going to work because we don't really use control rotation. Well, I don't think we do for top down. Don't ask me why. Like, we can try, get control rotation. I don't think it's going to be correct, though. I think it's going to give us the wrong stuff. Yeah, it's still not correct. Maybe our material's broken. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe our material's kind of fucked up. Hold on. Maybe the problem is not the math. Maybe it's the material. Maybe I fucked up somewhere in the material. Where is it? Here it is. Maybe something's not right here. Hmm. No, I don't know. It looks right to me. That being said, I'm not exactly the smartest person in the world. Some might say I'm actually an idiot. Maybe the rotation center needs to be where our player character is on screen. Because we keep calculating from the player character's location. And maybe that's the problem. But how is this guy getting it to work? Hold on. This is some bullshit. I wonder how I can turn this into 2D. Just to kind of see, just to visualize the line. That'd be interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It's got like a slight distortion to it. Let's see in top down. How's it look in top down? Yep, it's off. It's not, it ain't right. But yeah, it's really not right. In fact, it's extremely incorrect. What if we remove... No, that's not the button I wanted to press. Hear me out. What if we remove the -1 and the sign and the absolute? No, what if we remove all this and then multiply that? I'm just curious what the half point looks like. Because the half point would give us the actual line value that we want. Oh my god, I think it is the slight camera adjustment. The slight camera adjustment is causing... If our camera did not move at all and we were always centered, I think it'd be fine. But because we move the camera slightly and we're reading it from the player character location, not from the center of the screen, we end up having an offset. Move this, go away. Move this somewhere else. No. No. Which one? For sure. Wait. Set the vector parameter value. Set vector parameter value by info. By no. Okay. Rotation center. Okay. Red and green, I'm guessing, are the values that we... What? Don't yell at me. Okay. This is it. This is it. This is the solution. This is the fix. All right. So this is the fix. Hold on, take two. Hold on, take two. Oh, hold on, take two. Hold on. Hold on, take two. Take two. Take two. All right, so here's the fix. Not fixed. Uh-oh. Bro, in third person is really fucked. Is that the... I don't know. I think it's third person mode. It's either third person or third person mode. Okay, try it. Take two. Take two. Yes, I think this was the problem. I think we... It's improved, but it's not perfect. It's improved. Hey, it's not it ain't perfect, but it's improved. Maybe viewport position is better? I don't fucking know. Let's just try it out, man. I'm pretty sure it's pixel position that we want. Or maybe not. Maybe viewport position is the one that we want. We need to like test like moving the camera around and shit. See if that like helps us a little bit. It's not it's not I think pixel is the one that we want because I think that's what we're getting. I think viewport size is the pixels. I think. I believe. We can test that by hooking this fucker into Paint. Yes! Paint! With a divide by 2. Which, by the way, aren't we supposed to be dividing this by 2 as well? I'm a little confused. Maybe not. Maybe no? Maybe we're not dividing it by 2. Alright. Draw the line. Let's see if it's correct. Draw a line is so fucking cool, man. All right. I've got an announcement to make. I forgot, this is giving us a 0 value. Oh, shit. We're like almost there. We're like almost there. We're almost there. I'm telling you, we're like almost there. I could see the white dot in the corner there. I don't know if you guys could see it. There's a white dot. Probably because it's dividing it by the viewport size. Okay. Fuck. Okay. Interesting. Pixel position. Maybe pixel position is correct for a material, but viewport position is not. But that being said, we are dividing it by... I don't know if we want to do viewport size. This is not correct, I think. Hold on. Hold on, viewport. Geometry. Hook it up. I'm pretty sure it's divided by viewport size, but I could be wrong. Let's do this as a test. As a test, we can do this as a test. Duration 0. So here we go in here, and then we'll append. So this will be the pixel position, and this will be the viewport size. And then we'll be able to know exactly well, not really, but you know, whatever, fuck it. This is like kind of in the center. Let's just push it in the center. 1300 and 600. Yeah, it's close enough, man. Whatever, dude. It's close enough. I'm not happy with it, but you know, it's close enough for now. Break everything down in a material function, make sure each of those were tied together. I think in this case, I'm not a material wizard, you know. I'm not a material wizard. I'm a bit of a doofus. TBH. TBH, be honest. Okay, hold on. Technically, I'm using the find lookout rotation, but I don't know how to multiply that onto a 2D value. I don't know. In degrees? I don't know. This? I'm curious. I just want to see what that would look like. Oh. Interesting, actually. Viewport size, rotated 2D. Or maybe we, actually, no, I think we do this, and then we multiply it by the viewport size. Me not knowing what I'm doing, plugging things in, or game dev. Hey, we have that game dev emote still. It's a damn banger. Okay, wait, hold on. Drag and drop code, not game dev. Yeah, it's just game dev. Multiply by -1. Wait, do we not want to compensate for the camera rotation? That doesn't make any fucking sense. That shit don't make no sense. That shit don't make... Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Whatever. I don't care for painting. I'm not a painting kind of guy. But this is still pretty sick. And that could be a really cool, like, debugging tool if I can figure out how to put in the math properly. Let's take a look. It's pretty accurate. In top-down, let's see how accurate it is now. It's... okay. It's alright. Yeah, I think it still... oh, shit. It still suffers quite a bit from some sort of, like, perspective fuckery. Maybe if we just randomly multiply it by pi or something. What if we just randomly multiply this fucker by a number? I bet you if I played this shit in 4x3, if I played this in 1x1, it would give us an accurate number. Guys, it's not on the screen. Guys, it's not on the screen. Lads? Actually, the values are even worse in uh-oh. Huh. Actually, the our math has completely fallen apart in this version, as a matter of fact. Our rotation center is extremely off. Which makes me wonder if it's actually supposed to be viewport position. Let's try that again. Translates the absolute coordinate in desktop space to the geometry. Oh, that's not right. Actually, that's not right at all. Absolute desktop coordinate. No. We want local to viewport. I think That's our problem. Arr. 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 Good, Miyazaki. Okay. Test number 732. Test so far. Success. Major success, actually. Ginormous. Aiming directly at a person is not 100% incorrect. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Do you guys see that? When we're aiming directly at a person, it's slightly angled. Okay, not as accurate as I expected it to be. Maybe instead of viewport position, let's do pixel position. It's like almost there. It's so close yet so far. Damn it. Balls. Screen? Fuck, what is the screen? Into a 2D screen space position. What kind of screen we talking? Like, if I just divide the screen location without even doing any conversion, what happens? I think it breaks apart because it's like literally not the correct value. You can use this geometry to convert between absolute and local space of widgets held onto this. Yeah. Yeah, whatever, man. Geometry. The thing is, the rotation center, I believe, is based off of the viewport. Pretty sure. I'll never know. I'm pretty sure this is based off of viewport. We want that to also be based off of the viewport. And I don't think it's local coordinate. I think this is screen. So what kind of a conversion would that be? That'd be absolute to viewport, which I'm pretty sure we literally were using that earlier. I'm pretty sure that was actually what we were using earlier, but it like wasn't working the way I wanted it to. Bring back paint. Bring back a debate. We need to do some testing. Draw a point. I'd like to draw a box. Size, I don't know, 8 by 8. Okay, is this the center of the position of the box, or is this... Huh? Okay, hold on. Let's do size 2 by 2. Maybe that's like good enough. Okay, so if we do pixel position, what does that give us? Ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement to make. It ain't drawn shit. What if we increase the size of the box? I don't know what I'm supposed to put in here. Do I have to put something in here? Can I not just draw a box? Can I not just draw a box? It would appear I cannot just draw a box. That's fine. I'll draw a line instead, because at least we know a line works. What the hell? So screen location gives us like the actual screen, right? Which is why I was thinking absolute to viewport would be the way to go. Let's try absolute to local, but then over here we need the geometry. Viewport widget geometry. That's not actually what I want. I want the entire screen. So what actually is geometry? Can I break this? I literally don't know what's in the struct. What are the values in the struct? I don't know. I am so lost. What are geometry? I don't know. Let's just do get tick space geometry. I have a feeling this is absolute, but it's just not. Okay, hold on. Maybe it's not absolute. Let's try local to viewport. Local requires geometry. Let's do tick space geometry. I don't know if that's actually going to help. I'm pretty sure this is a full screen thing anyway, so tick space would be the entire screen. It's slightly off. Let's try pixel position instead of viewport position. That's even more off. Interesting. What are the odds you'd share a playable build of your day before parody? I'm pretty sure I did. But obviously it's extremely buggy. It's somewhere out there. It do be somewhere out there. I don't know where, but get cached. Let's try cache geometry. I'm pretty sure I've used this before and it works. Yeah, it's somewhere out there, I think. Might have just released it on... Get paint space geometry, man. I don't know. Okay, now we're not painting anything. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's try a different conversion. I'm pretty sure the screen location is not what we want. I swear, on paper, the one that makes the most sense is absolute to viewport. Because I'm assuming this screen location is an absolute location. Or maybe it is just... I don't know. Would love to try it out. There's not really much to try out, to be honest. Let me see where it is. I might have deleted it. It's probably on my Google Drive, but I probably deleted the download. Because I was running out of space. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where the download is. I think I might have deleted it. Maybe I know I put it up on my, I don't know. Hey, I don't know where to put it. My bad. I don't know. I could probably upload it, but it's literally just like, it's a very hacky system. It's not very like, very good. Wait, what are we using currently? We're using absolute to viewport? And which one are we using? We're using pixel position. What does that give us? What is our current version working off of right now? It's not working. That's the beauty of it. That doesn't make any sense. How does that work? How is it working then? Is it working at all? Oh, it's not working. Well, that would make sense. Let's try viewport position. What did we have earlier? What did we have originally? I don't even remember what we had originally. I want to say it was local to view. No. Absolute. I don't know. I don't know what this boolean does as well. Blueprint player viewport relative. Relative to what? Relative to what? God, I really thought that was the one, but it's not. Transform translates local coordinates into absolute coordinates. Absolute could be either desktop or window space, depending on what space the root of the widget hierarchy is in. Translates local coordinates of the geometry provided into local viewport coordinates. Yeah. That makes sense to me. But then the part is all of this other stuff. All this other bullshit. Is my window getting smaller and smaller? Anybody else noticing this? Hold on, I want to test that fresh. Does it keep resetting itself? Okay, all we need to do is find the correct value here. For some reason, we just don't have the correct value. It's being scaled incorrectly and everything. Tick space geometries are probably not the right one. I just need to find the conversion that actually works here. It might even be more than just converting this, to be honest. Local space of this geometry, which is kind of annoying because I just want to convert it into the viewport. Screen space, local viewport. How to get the screen location of viewport? Viewport to virtual desktop pixel? What? That's in C++. What the shit? Yeah, I might have to like multiply it by something. I'm pretty sure I remember doing this. And pretty sure this shit was incorrect. No notification. Thank you, Twitch. Good old Twitch, man. You love to see it. Convert world location to screen location. I've literally been thinking to myself, I'm surprised Crimson is live. Refresh Twitch, bang, I'm 2 hours late. Well, shit happened. I don't know what to tell you. It's just Twitch hates my stream, I guess. I don't rack them the big moolah, the big bucks. If I put screen location in here, what does that actually give us? I think it gives us an incorrect value, right? It's like offset somewhere. Yeah. And that's probably due to the DPI not being scaled. And then here it gives us a random ass value as well. Damn you, game. Yeah, screen position is incorrect because I think screen position, this only works if you're full screen. If you don't go full screen, the entire thing breaks. I think that's the problem. The thing is, I also don't know. I want to test something. I want to set this to this. Don't modify it at all. And then I want to see if in all of our versions, 0.25 is always in the corner. Yeah? Looks about right to me. Okay, so that's consistent. At least. At least. The next part is getting the rotation center. In third person, it's fine because we always just get 0.5, 0.5. No problem. Easy. No problemo. But in top down, it's a bit more complicated, unfortunately. What were we using earlier? Because we literally had some math for this earlier. What did we do earlier to get this to work? Like, which conversion did we use? It wasn't this one. I don't remember. I don't remember which one it was. Maybe it was absolute to viewport. I don't remember. Man, I don't remember, dude. One of them was working, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it actually wasn't working. Maybe we were just fooled. I was fooled into thinking it works. Which could very, like, look, if I go full screen, yeah, it's because it's doing it off of full screen. What the hell? It's not correct. It's not right. It's not right. Screen, convert screen location to viewport location. Someone is doing get viewport scale power and then multiply. I swear, if this is what makes it work, it's bullshit. That's not, there's no way that's not it. Can't be it. That's some bullshit. I'd be pissed off if this is what makes it work. No. No, I don't think so. No, that doesn't. No, that. I knew it was just a couple nodes. Game dev! Game dev! Son of a. Now, does it get divided by the viewport size? We're playing in mobile mode. Okay, it's not 100% accurate, but... it's better. Methinks. It's slightly offset, but not that bad. Yeah. What's the worst that could happen? It's not that bad. Listen, we've been stuck on this for... I don't even know how long. A weekend? I didn't work over the weekend, so we could just say it's over a weekend. 2 days! It's been 2 days we've been stuck on this. Get this out of my face. Wait, hold on. We haven't tried... well, third person's gonna work. Right? Third person's gonna work. We know it'll work. Easy. Easy. I wouldn't mind making it not like a spiky part, you know what I mean? Because if we do that, let's try that. Gap space 1. What does that look like? Maybe it not being that big. Maybe that's a better. I don't know. Hold on. 1.5. Try 0.8. The thing is, the corners are always going to look a lot larger than the top, unfortunately, because it's a circle, because it's a fucking circle, man. How do I make it a box? You know what I mean? Box. What if we make it a box? What if, yo, I actually don't know if that would work. What if we set the rotation center to the character center? I don't think that's going to make any difference for third person. In fact, it's not. Yeah, we need to make this not a center. And I don't really know how we can... diamond? No. Not really sure what we could use instead of a radial gradient. Sphere gradient? 3D? What the hell is this? Like a box gradient. Could be sick. Yeah, because I wouldn't mind this being a consistent size across all of the edges. The corners becoming so big is kind of annoying. So... How would you go about making a box gradient based on the size of the screen? Any mathematicians in chat? Any shader wizards? Where's Prismatica when you need him? Like, how do I turn this sphere into a box? I could use a texture. We could use a texture. Box. Box mask. Draws a box in 2D space. What the fuck? How do I draw a box? Default is world position can be left to default in most cases. What? I'm trying to understand it. The bounds of the box in X, Y, and Z. What the hell is the center point location of the box? 0.5, 0.5. The position coordinates to measure the box. Default is warp position could be left default in most cases. Okay, just leave it default then. I don't know. The bounds of the cube in X, Y, and Z. I just want to see what is this? What does that look like in world? What is that? What does this look like in world? Where? This box is bullshit. This is fucking. I might actually just make a texture for this because I'm so fucking lazy. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered trying to figure out the shader math for this bullshit. But the only problem is that means I have to open up Affinity. Because I don't have my Photoshop license anymore. So I'm forced to use Affinity. Oh no. Well, no better time than now. Or maybe I already have a gradient. Maybe I already have a gradient for this. Nope. As a matter of fact, I do not. Okay, well, let me see if I have it installed. Affinity photo. Affinity photo. All right. An application update. That's fine. Don't care. I'd like a 1024. How do I make it 1024? 1024 by... Actually, no, let's do 512 by 512. Create. Okay, black, invert, black. Assistant. Go away. New layer. That's a group. New layer. That's new layer. New layer. Aha. Then I want a box. Then I want to blur it. I want to blur it from the edges. Actually, no, we could do this. Let's draw a shape. Turn on snapping. Turn on snapping. Turn... Ain't no way I gotta actually do it this way. All right. Instead of fill, I don't want fill. Turn off fill. Where is turn off fill? Fill? Ah, fuck. Fill? Turn off fill. Turn off fill. Yes! Stroke size. Yeah. By the way, I think I did this incorrectly. I think it's supposed to be inverted. I think we want... Wait, no. No, this is correct. This is correct. We got it right. My subconscious. I should listen to my subconscious more. Okay. So we have a rectangle. Can I apply filters to the right? Yes. Yes. What is the histogram saying? I don't know. It's coarse. It's very coarse. Like sand. I'm sure there's a way you can make this in shaders. Man, there's got to be a way you can make this in a shader. There's got to be. This is some bullshit. Gradient. Box. Box. Gradient. Bounding box. Creates a locally aligned 0 to 1 value based on X, Y, and Z. I don't know. I want to see what this is. Hey, Croc! No, that's not what I wanted to do. Huh. How could you draw a box in... There's got to be a way that you could draw a box. Maybe you draw a box by taking texture coordinate. How to make a material mask with gradient borders. What? Wait, isn't there a written version of this? Round rectangle. Whoa! Yo! What? Guys, it's a circle. My greatest enemy. A circle. Center. Box dimensions. God, it was so tiny. Did you see that? It was kind of cute. It does... I think it is... It's kind of stretching it, I think. If I do a negative value in sharpness, does it become... No. Damn, I was hoping I could soften this bad boy even more. But I guess I could do that with the corner radius, which doesn't make too much sense, but... Hold on, 0.9, 0.9? Okay, I think we're cooking. I think we're cooking. This might actually work. Generated rounded... Now, how expensive is this? actually not that expensive. It's using texture yeah, texture coordinate, which is what I was... This is what I was thinking. I'm just not smart enough. Wow. Would you look at that? Look, it's basically you know, it's like my box, but it's stretched, which kind of sucks. It's a bit stretched, I will say. It ain't perfect. It ain't a perfect box. Your game's amazing. Thank you, Jojo. Thank you. It ain't a perfect box by no means. By no means is it a perfect box. Now, I don't know if it cares about the preview size. Maybe the preview size is incorrect, which is highly probable. Guys, we can't change the sharpness. This is an awful day for me. If I change the corner radius to 1, but then I change this to 2 and 2. We might be able to do what I'm thinking of doing here. Okay. Interesting. All right, interesting result. Okay, hold on. Let's apply. Hold on. I might have just accidentally turned it back into a circle again, by the way. I did. Yep, that's me. Fucking doofus. Hey guys, I made a rectangle. Hey, I did. Yeah. Am I using behavior tree for my AR state tree? Behavior tree. What if I smooth step it? Smooth step. How expensive is this? What is it doing? I'll never know. Wow! How do you get to your editor? Is it a plugin or some settings? It's UE4, and it is a plugin. It's called Darker Nodes on Fab or the Marketplace. Okay, now my only problem is it's extremely, like really faded out. It's like really faded out. That shit ain't doing nothing. Okay. What did progress do again? Oh. Hey, watch this. Box. Box. Hold on. I just want to see what it looks like. It's not a perfect gradient. You can kind of tell there's a cutoff. Maybe my version will do better. This generated round rectangle. Hates me. And I hate it. And honestly, that's life. Hold on. Maybe we're cooking. Hold on, let's see what this looks like. I think this would look nice if it was smoother. Man, it would look really good if it was like a little smoother, you know what I mean? I don't think Smooth Step is really giving me what I would like here. That being said, this generated round rectangle is also not really giving me what I want. But that might be because of this power node that we got going on here. Power node might not be it. Might not be what we want. Is that too in your face, chat? What do you think? Or is it like subtle enough? The thing is, I was thinking of... Ah, shit. I was thinking of putting it a part of show enemy firing indicators, but I feel like we'd need... we would need... I think it would have to be separate. I don't really like the box. It's too obvious that it's a box. Man. I was hoping it'd be more something like this. Even that has a bit of like compression. Or have multiple options that setting instead of yes or no. Good point. Both. It could be both screen, world. Off. Yes. Or whatever fucking thing we want to use. Corner radius. Dude, the sharpness is just not enough. I want a setting to make it like... Well, let's actually, maybe we do want some sharpness. I don't know. Let's see. Let's try it out. You can like clearly tell there's a radius on screen. It's kind of weird looking. It's subtle enough to get the job done. Yeah, it's subtle enough to get the job done. I kind of can't tell though. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of can't tell. Especially at the bottom. At the bottom, it's like really, really hard to tell. Is this divide actually making it stronger? Oh, I think it is. I think it's way harder to see at the bottom because there's a bunch of like textures and shit on the bottom. Versus the top is like all black. I think we want it to be very subtle, not too in your face. I feel like it's enough to tell you like where you're being shot from. Yeah, you know, I don't know, man. I think it's whatever. It's ass, but that's okay. Maybe we use this version. Let's try a texture version. Let's try a texture version. How do I save this? No, I don't want to save it as an affinity file. I want to save it as a PNG. Okay, I want to save it as a... I want to export as a PNG. Yes. Where's my, where's the blurring? Where's the blurring? Okay, let's see if it just exports like that. I don't know, we'll see. Export. Edge gradient. Yes. Edge gradient. Yes. Edge gradient. Okay, edge gradient. Maybe need to rasterize? There's no fucking way. That's such a destructive workflow, though. Why can't I just export as is? It's still not working. This program fucking sucks balls. Oh, I hate. Are you? Oh, I'm gonna fucking explode. I hate this piece of shit fucking program. Affinity bullshit. How do I export this? How do I export the palletized? Embed metadata. PNG. Have you tried using Adobe software? Listen. I'm gonna fucking purchase a Photoshop license soon. Oh god. All right. Someone help me out here. I'm on Dragon Breath right now and I've killed all the enemies, but the mission isn't finishing. There might be one more enemy creeping around, maybe. If not, then we got a little cheeky bug sneaking around. All right, how do I I'd love to know. You know, so this is the filter. Do I have to merge the filter here? I can't just export it as is, the way I see it? I have 2 jobs right now. DevOps engineer, labeling data. Interesting. Hey, hell yeah, man. I'm glad you ended up with some jobs. I don't know if Unreal supports PSD, but in Unity it does. Why not just save it in Infinity as a PSD? PSD is extremely heavy, and I don't think Unreal supports PSD. It only supports PNG. Oh, exports at the bottom there? Yeah, so explain to me why it turns into a box and it doesn't export the filter. Got any ideas for this one? Got any ideas for that one? Oh wait, I have to apply the Gaussian blur. Ah. Yeah, okay. Listen guys, it's a skill issue. I'm an idiot. Yeah, my bad. Okay, it's a me problem. It's a me problem. I didn't know that there was an apply button right there. Okay. All right. My bad. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me. All right. That's skill issue. That's me. Sorry. I literally did not know that was there. And now I do. There's an apply button. Why isn't it showing a warning about it though? I don't know, because fuck me, I guess. I don't know, because I'm stupid. Alright, feed that fucker in there instead. Uh-oh. What do you mean? Am I doing the inverse of the inverse? Oh, yeah, I am doing the inverse of the inverse. Of course. Apply. Hello, I'm a person. Hello, person. Vixen, how are you? I like this version a lot better, guys. I like this version a lot better. I don't know about you, but the texture version, huge W. It's got the perfect gradient. You know? Yeah. I'm not an AI like some people say. Well, I don't know. You saying that is kind of fucking sketchy. It's a little sus. Looks good and saved $8,000 a month on Photoshop. It doesn't cost that much, but might as well. Here, Evan. After 3 restarts, the Dragon Breath finish. Are you on the latest version issue? Like, that's a bit weird. I actually don't even remember. What is the latest version on the game right now? What is the latest version? I don't remember. 1.0.14.1. How's the game dev going? Pretty good, I think. Alright. On-screen indicator show that enemies firing the calculation for rotation direction is a bit off. Looks very weird and top-down. Okay, I believe we fixed that. For the most part. Now, of course, it just means we are going to have to create a separate setting for it for the people that don't want it. Now, it probably shouldn't be on screen if you're literally looking at the enemy, right? I feel like it shouldn't be on screen if you're like looking at them. Am I right? Or am I wrong? Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know, I'm probably wrong, but you know, I'm making some assumptions here. Some of the rotations are still not like 100% accurate, like how you would perceive it. Because it's like an on-screen thing rather than like where they are in the world. I use Affinity, never going back to Adobe. Well, I just don't like the workflow of Affinity. That's my only problem right now. So... Unreal only supports PTSD. Can my suit have the option to berate this riot shield guy for carrying a riot shield just like the boys did on COD back in the day? Hey, I used to play with that riot shield and I used to fuck people up. It was the funniest thing. I would do it with a bunch of friends and we were probably what caused the current political problems of today's day. Throwing knives and riot shields. That's all you need. That's all you need to cause some trauma. That's all you need. All right. Well, we'll probably have to put in a setting for the screen indicator. Great, another setting for people to choose. Or, well, not a setting. Maybe we'll have to change this. The problem is if we change a setting, we'll have to change the type of setting it is, which means we have to create a whole new setting for it. Great. Great. See, it's like not 100% accurate because it's literally taking the rotation of where the enemy is. Actually, that's not even correct. Wait. Is this shit still broken? Oh, man. It's showing the indicator in a really weird spot. Oh, no. I thought I was in the clear. I'm not. Ow. Okay. Well, there are still some inconsistencies in top-down. It's not 100% accurate by any means. Damn it. Ugh. I'm gonna fall asleep. I'm working on this shit. Ah, whatever. It's good enough for now. It's not perfect, but it's good enough for now. Good enough for now. Still not perfect. I'm just gonna keep using Substance. I bought it. I only buy the perpetual licenses for Substance. I'm definitely not buying a fucking monthly license for that shit. Nothing really beats Substance for me currently. I know there's Marmoset tool bag and whatnot, but it's not it for me. I had the sub first, but then you said I was stupid. I never said, hey, dude, don't. I never said that. I'm not that much of an asshole. I'm an asshole, but not that much of an asshole. Hey, listen. Don't put words in my mouth. Now, is the problem the rotation center? Could be the viewport size. Maybe this shit's not right. I mean, you didn't use the words. Hey, listen, context is extremely important, okay? I don't go around calling people stupid. Some of the time. Sometimes. Sometimes. It happens sometimes. It does happen. Maybe. I feel like we should make the leaning a bit better. You know what I mean? This is kind of annoying. Look at that. You see that? Whoop, 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 whoop. You know what I mean? Whoop, whoop. You know what I mean? I feel like we can make some improvements to the leaning. We could definitely make some improvements to leaning. I think we can. Like, it's kind of annoying how you have to, he starts to lean, but then when he's moving around, he doesn't continue leaning. You know what I mean? That kind of sucks. Hold on. Okay, we're going on a tangent. Hold on. We're going on a tangent. Buckle in. Where am I? I moved all of my UI around, and now all of my icons are in different spots. Okay, there we go. Problem solved. Everybody buckle in. We're going for a ride. Into the anim graph. Watch this. Oh, shit. Leaning. So, idle. Leaning is doing things in a different place, supposedly. Spine 03, clavicle L, clavicle R, spine 01. Spine 01, blend depth of 5. Interesting. It's a different blend profile. So spine 03 is 0. Then we have spine 01 at 3. Spine 03 at 0. Let's try this. Okay, now it's consistent. Oh, except for when we're moving like that. Is it the start run that has a different blend profile as well? Running start run. Yep. Paste that in there. Paste that in there. Let's see what it looks. See what it looks like. Is that a blend space? Yeah, blend space. I think the stop run now. Oh my god, stop run has a different blend space. Why can't we create like a profile that stays consistent across all of them? Oh yeah, that feels a lot better. Though I think what ended up happening though is we did stiff up the character a lot more by doing that. So let me keep the original. This is the old version, I believe. Okay, so the old version, let's see what the stop animation looked like. Maybe we could change the blend based off of if we're leaning. If we're leaning, keep leaning and then do a different blend. Man, I wish you could do like a different like blend profile. That could be sick. So start run, I believe, is using this one. Okay. Honestly, it doesn't even look that good. The start and stop honestly does not even look. It doesn't even look that good. We could do so much better on this. I know we can. I know we could do so much better on this. This just means leaning is a lot more consistent, which is great. That'll feel a lot better. Especially when you're like moving around. Going back and forth and shit, you know what I mean? It does mean our character's body's a bit more stiff though. Like during the run animation, he's a bit more, he is a bit more stiff. It looks a lot better. It feels a lot better to play with too. I would say doing the leaning calculation, maybe it shouldn't be instantaneous. We should maybe have like a fall off. I don't know where we're calculating that lean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know where we calculate that. Set lean amount, player character set lean amount. Oh yeah, the instant when there's nothing, we just instantly set it to 0. It might be kind of nice to like interpolate the leaning amount. Where do we do that? Calculate leaning. Okay, I got an idea. Oh shit. I'm not setting a float value for this. Boop, boop. Anim instance. Do I have a reference to our anim instance? I do not. I should just make a thing for this. But for now, let's just do this. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's do this. Let's not be stupid with this, okay? Try not to be stupid with it. Sinless. What's on today's development agenda? We fixed up, well, as much as we could for now, the little edge indicator showing when someone's shooting at us. Now I'm just improving the leaning a little bit because I saw how it looked and I was like, you know, I don't really like how it looks. I think we can make some improvements to the leaning. Maybe I should have kept this here because I don't know what that's supposed to be now. What number was that? One. It is 1. That's -1. And that's 0. All right. Having multiple interpolations, probably not a good idea, but we'll find out. So in current, we want lean amount. We'll do the delta time and interp speed later. Lean amount. And target here is 0. Okay, so delta time. I believe this is correct. Delta time x. Not 100% certain, but we'll find out. Let's do interpolation speed. We probably want it to be faster going into a lean. So this is going out of a lean. We want that to be slower. This is going into a lean because it's -1, and then this is leaving, not having a lean. Okay, so when leaving a lean, we'll go slower. When entering a lean, I might have made the values a bit too much. Let's do 600 here, 600, and then let's do 50 for exiting the lean. I think those are the right numbers. I really don't know. Okay, let's try slowing this down even more. 10. Because this interpolation right now is doing a whole lot of nothing, as a matter of fact. It's doing a whole lot of nothing. We don't want it to be too slow either, because then it's going to look weird. So let's, instead of 10, let's try 3. Let's just go real small. See what kind of speed we get. If it looks weird. He's leaning. Okay, it's a bit slower when exiting the lean. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to. It was an accident. Okay, I kind of like the interpolation out. Obviously, the interpolation in is a lot faster. I think maybe not too slow. We want it to be subtle, so I'm thinking 5. 5 is the sweet spot. Going into the lean, we want it to be instant-ish. And then leaving the lean, we kind of want it to slow down a little bit. And then that way we don't have like instant crazy, like going back and forth constantly. Cool. I tried to fix this yesterday. The problem is if I put an interpolation, it actually slows down all of our aiming, which kind of sucks. It would be nice to do a little bit of an interpolation here, though, for like things like this. And it's just because of the way that we're calculating the crosshair. We're like physically actually calculating it based off of where we're aiming. We end up with like weird little issues like this. The crouch animation is still one thing we need to fix, though. Still a spot we need to work on a bit more. Played a bit of Mafia Old Country, and the models in that game have so much detail, it's kind of overkill. Like at the normal viewing distance, you can barely see all of the detail. I just think hyper detail is just like... Unless it adds an element that's like... So I think the one part, the one area where I think it's cool is when it's kind of like interactive. So, for example, the blood effects in Last of Us Part 2 are, I think, a really cool detail. Like seeing blood gushing out of specific spots where you hit an enemy or, you know, things like that. You know what I mean? I think that's okay. Those kind of details are great. But when it comes to just texture detail, just for the sake of texture detail, I feel like, who cares? In my opinion, I feel like that just adds noise. I feel like that just adds a lot of noise, having like an insane amount of texture detail. Okay, if I can fix some of the snapping issues, I think we'll be... Is it like if the crosshair's on the surface? Yes. It doesn't show here, but we actually snap the crosshair to the world. Oh god. The only issue is like here, the aiming doesn't really make too much sense. So I think it's like, I don't really know why we're aiming where we are here. So that's a bit of a weird one. I think we can maybe fix this. And improve it. Also this. I feel like we could interpolate that. I don't know why we're not interpolating that. At least in the anim graph, we could definitely interpolate that. Upper body. Is that pistol pose or rifle pose? I actually don't know which one that would be. Gun clipping tilt. Okay. Interpolate. Increasing, decreasing faster, increasing slower. Okay, I think that looks better. Oh yeah, that already looks better. It goes out faster once you're able to shoot. Could probably make like 15 or something. Like 15 here. Looks good. Imagine putting in so much detail and the player just hops past it. I think the thing is, players will notice a lack of detail. I imagine you mean about the texture detail, but I think people will notice it. But yeah, I don't know. Texture detail is kind of like whatever. It's kind of like whatever. Okay, that looks nice. Having a little bit of an interpolation. I'm surprised we didn't have that there before. Okay, leaning feels a lot better. Can you lean with an RPG? Yep. Why does it need that? I don't know. See, this part I think would be jank. Is people are probably seeing as janky, like when this happens. When they're aiming like literally right at an edge. I wonder how we could maybe we can interpolate. No, I don't know how we could. I don't know how we could check if you're like right on an edge and you're like doing this, you know what I mean? Because here is us aiming here and then us aiming here. It's like, maybe I can ignore the closest surface. How does MGS5 do it is what I would ask. How does MGS5 do it? Like right here, it obviously sucks when you're near a door. Does kind of suck. Maybe while you're leaning. Oh, here's an idea. Maybe when the character leans, we focus on any surfaces beyond the wall. Maybe that would make sense when we're leaning. Let's put this in the board. Put this in the board. Improved leaning animations. What else did we do? While moving. Improved leaning animations while moving and smoothing. All right, little mini polish thing. Pretty important because this is such a like a you see it constantly, right? The leaning occurs when you're like going around a corner and stuff, you know. I feel like it's important to kind of have that feeling good. And it also has a little bit of a gameplay impact, especially considering that we shoot from the gun. So yeah. I think if we can fix this, this also be a pretty good improvement. If we can fix this happening. The thing is, if you shoot here, like you're gonna hit the wall anyways. So you know something I was thinking of doing? When you're behind a surface like this, it'd be kind of cool to have a separate animation to kind of make it look like you're taking cover. I know it's scope creep. I know it's scope creep, but like, what if you're behind like a cover and it plays? So that's something we did in... Do I have that in the latest build of Ronin? I'm pretty sure that's in Ronin. In Ronin, when you crouch behind surfaces, you kind of do like a fake taking cover system. It's like not a cover system, but it's kind of fake. I don't know if it's in this version. Oh my god, it is. There's a fake cover system. It doesn't snap you to the cover. It just you kind of just take cover and then you can leave whenever you want to. It is in this version. Yeah. Now, obviously, it's got bugs, as you can tell. But it also moves your camera a little bit when you're in cover, depending on where you're looking. Oh, wow. And when you even look over an edge, it also moves your head towards that edge. Or I think it does. Looks like a bit of a different animation. It is a different animation. Wow, past me. You cooked. Although it was very buggy. But you cooked. You were onto something. Past you. Past me. Kind of onto something. The combat? Let it... put it back in the oven. I think it needs to go back in the oven a little bit. Past us? That one guy on Steam. Man, this guy's got a huge fucking ego. Sir, where's the motion matching? At the time, when I worked on this, motion matching was not a thing. Actually, I think Last of Us Part 2 wasn't even out when I worked on this game. So, motion matching was actually not a big thing that was looked into. Is this Warframe? Yeah, man. But yeah, this game had like a fake cover system. It would just... Like, obviously, it could do some improvements, but it had a whole thing where you'd like kind of look over the edge and shit. We could potentially do a similar system for Super Hire. You actually get comments like that? There was one unhinged person who was the only person I've ever banned in our Steam community forum who said that I had like a huge ego, which I don't know.
Shit my pants.
I try not to have an ego. Like, obviously everybody has a bit of an ego. If you don't have any ego, you like are depressed or something. But they said I had an ego and I was like, what? Slapstick, thank you for the prime. Thank you. Appreciate it. Huge ego. Oh god. Yeah, anyway, so a nice dude, I like cover systems as long as it doesn't make me snap to it, you know? So like I think this is a good middle ground. One like this. You got a huge ego? You're a Lady Geist main? Okay, what does that have to do with me, okay, man? Listen, what does that have to do with my ego, okay? Just because I played Lady Geist, okay? What the hell does that have to do with me? Uh-oh. Yeah, I do be scaling this building. Oh! Oh, I didn't realize how tall that is. My legs! I remember I found your channel by some YouTube devlog from Ronan. I was so impressed that it looks pretty good for a project done by one person. I was a pretty big noob, so I was a pretty big noob. Does Screenspace GI work in here? Seem to be at the end of the stream because you're playing this, right? Well, no, I just wanted to show the cover system, but I think we are getting there because I'm getting tired and hungry. But yeah. Cover system without requiring a cover system. It's more just like an animation thing. I feel like we could potentially do something a little bit like that for Super Hire as well, if we wanted to. Something simple, nothing too crazy. No eat, no sleep, just game dev. Did I do the character? I did. To be honest, I'm probably going to scrap him though. Probably going to scrap him. Maybe not the helmet. Maybe I'll just make a better looking helmet because I like the form of the helmet, like the emissive and everything. But everything else, I'm not a huge fan of, to be honest. God, the combat is just not it. I think now that I've done so much Super Hire stuff, I think I know what I could do with this combat. Potentially. I think I got some ideas. That actually works. Are we supposed to be hearing game sounds? Oh yeah, I forgot to turn that on. Anyways, this was just to show the cover system that I did for Ronin. So we could maybe do something similar here. Yeah? Can you picture it? One time I was explaining something in the comment section about 3D modeling. A guy said, opening Blender one time doesn't make you a 3D artist, and that cut me. Well, did you open Blender just one time? Yeah, like a really simple cover system could be interesting. Wouldn't cover be weird in top-down mode? If it's just playing an animation, I feel like it wouldn't be too weird. As long as the animation feels very slick and like doesn't get in the way of your shooting and where you're aiming and stuff, I feel like it's okay. I just wouldn't go in the realm of like, oh, you can fucking get out of cover by like aim down sight or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't care too much about that, to be honest. I'm glad that the leaning feels a bit better, though. Looks a lot better. Even in top-down, it looks pretty good. I have about 1,200 hours in Blender. Holy moly! I actually don't know how many hours I have in Blender. I wish I knew that. I've always used the software version and not the Steam version, and honestly for good reason. The Steam version will randomly update you, and then your plugins are all fucking broken. Ah! My plugins! I could probably check how many hours I have in Substance Painter. No, I can't, because I used to use the other version. I only just recently, in 2022, started using the Steam version of Substance Painter. August 5th. Huh. I'm on 50,000 hours doing the donut tutorial. Yeah, how many donuts have you made at this point? I really don't like the crouching, walking animations. It looks so weird. That being said, you know what I think is the problem with crouching? It's when we walk, the body moves up a bunch, and his entire like spine is stiff and stuff. How much will the game cost? It's currently out on Steam. It's 15 USD. Yeah, we need to change that animation for crouch walking. That could do some work. Anyways, something for the next stream. Something for the next stream. For tomorrow. Something for tomorrow. We got a good... Making some more animation improvements would be pretty good, I think. But I think tomorrow... We do need to do a bit more on the photo mode, but I think tomorrow... Okay, tomorrow we'll fix this. So that's annoying. And possibly we put in enhanced hitboxes into the game. We do have a bunch of other tasks we need to do here too. You know, it might be good to kind of get through these tasks first before we start throwing more tasks from the upper list. Yeah, it might be a good idea. Might be a good idea. Potentially. Potentially. Yeah, potentially. Anyways, have a great day. Thanks for dropping by. We reached 2,000 reviews on Steam. That's pretty sick. That's pretty rib fest, as some of the kids say. That's pretty rib fest. Hell yeah. Why is that saying? I don't know. I'm fucking hungry for ribs right now. Anyways, have a great day. See you tomorrow. Thanks for dropping by. Check out the game on Steam. Check out the Discord. Check out the, I don't know, other shit. Yeah. Goodbye.